This is a robbery for the Flames. The summer of Craig Conroy continues as after he has already put pen to paper with multiple free agents including Matt Coronato, Adam Klapka, and more, he has now robbed the entire league of the best shootout specialists in signing Justin Kirkland. And Flames fans are pumped. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and everyone's happy to talk about Justin Costco Kirkland. It is good vibes in Cowtown. YYC is a buzzing right now as Justin Kirkland has signed. And it's funny because I had actually set up an entire NHL draft primer video, I suppose, to come up. It will be coming out tomorrow unless there's bigger news like a Rasmus Andersson trade or something. We'll have to see. But instead, we have something even more exciting to talk about than the NHL entry draft, and that is, of course, that Justin Kirkland has signed with the Flames. We all know his story. You know, it was such a feel-good story that he finally really made a name for himself in the NHL. Things were looking great. He was killing it in the shootout, even scored a big goal against Edmonton, and then, of course, tore his ACL, which was absolutely terrible. He was, of course, the Bill Masterton nominee from the Flames, but it's great to know that he will be given another shot with the Flames. I think everyone, genuinely everyone, when I say this in the fan base, is happy about this. Now, Kirkland signature. Oh, baby, the puns are just flying around. This is from the Flames themselves. They say Justin Kirkland has signed a one-year extension with an AAV of $900K. Congratulations, Mr. Kirkland. Yes, it's just a one-year deal, which I know maybe some people would have wanted him to have more, but for obviously his situation, 1 year makes sense, and it's great to note that this is just a one-way deal. NHL contract for Justin Kirkland. The good stories continue, and everyone's happy. Eric Francis, he says, this one was a no-brainer and a confirmation. Good things happen to good people. Yes, perseverance is a very, very important thing in this world, and Justin Kirkland has genuinely persevered through essentially everything that can be thrown one's way in order to make it in the big leagues, and he gets that next contract, which again puts such a big smile on my face, and I know you guys are grinning on the other side of the screen as well. Brian Pike here, he says absolutely zero downsides to a one-way deal for Justin Kirkland. I think he means this in maybe more of a way from the Flames, a business side, that there's zero downside to a one-way deal, but it is true. For Kirkland, I mean, obviously that's what he wanted, but for the Flames, there's zero downside as well. What's the point in giving him a two-way deal? Might as well give him that NHL contract. Surely the Flames will obviously have him make the team out of camp if obviously he's healthy and is playing well. Of course, you're not just going to give it away like it's charity or anything. But honestly, this is just such great news. There genuinely is zero downside to this one-way deal. It's not like it's a huge contract that's a burden on the team, that's a burden on our, hit to the cap or anything like that. The only thing some people might say is, oh, what if he's taking away a roster spot from someone else? Hey, come on. If the Flames love the Daryl Sutter point, of course, but if we could win a shootout or two, you need a guy like Kirkland around. We would have made the playoffs maybe if we'd won a couple more shootouts or at least games out of regulation. So having Kirkland around, again, zero downsides to that. Now, Pat Steinberg here, he says it's official now because he had tweeted out that it sounds like it's about to happen, and then it happened. How did he know? Either way, it's official now. Calgary and Justin Kirkland agree on a one-year deal at $900K. Solid for both sides. Nice number for the team for a guy who was really effective last year. One-way deal, a nice reward for Kirkland, and it really is to get that just pure NHL contract. But it is true. This is, do you just sign him for the one-year deal in order to trade him at the deadline? Would he garner much attention? We'll have to see how he plays. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm just happy that obviously Kirkland has remained as a Calgary Flame, which is, again, just phenomenal to see. Now, let's get into some fan reactions. So one here says that Kirkland is better than Rooney, and I think most of the fan base will agree. So they're saying essentially Kirkland can take Rooney's spot from last year, and it's not like we're taking away a roster spot from anyone else. Kirkland, better than Rooney. Hot take? Maybe I'm inclined to agree with you there. Maybe it's just such a feel-good with Justin Kirkland, but he just seems to bring more to the game than Kevin Rooney does. So it is, again, just great that Kirkland has re-signed. Another person here says, good for him. Injuries shouldn't be how it ended for him in Calgary. We have seen so many careers end due to injury, not only in hockey, but in so many sports across the sports world. So to see that his time not only in sports hasn't ended in injury, but his time in Calgary hasn't ended in injury. Big knock on wood, of course. We're not trying to manifest any injuries here for him, but the fact that it hasn't ended with that torn ACL last year, such a feel-good story again. Another one here says Kirkland pulling up to his Game 7 penalty shot. A little Zoolander in the Mines meme there. But it is true. Imagine if we got to a Game 7 and you get a little Justin Kirkland penalty shot. You know he's cashing that one in. That was just great to see there as well. What's next here? Another person just says Costco. Yay, I'm assuming they're referring to the hockey player, not the wholesaler. But either way, it is true. What a nickname. Another person here says, all right, we just need to have a 0-0 tie through regulation and OT every game, and we got this in the bag. Who needs offense when we can win in the shootout? When we have Dustin Wolf in net, you got a chance to win every single game. If it's going out and it's going into the shootout every single game, you got Justin Kirkland, there you go. You win every single game, 1-0. Undefeated season all the way to the cup, maybe, if you're getting the penalty shots, of course. Playoffs might be a bit of a different story once the shootout's gone. But either way, that's a funny comment there. Another one says, this is awesome. I actually really like Kirkland as a fourth-line wing/shootout specialist. That's exactly what he was, and he was phenomenal at it. So I think we all agree with you there. And last one, that's a signature deal right there. Gotta end with another one of those Costco Kirkland puns, but it is just phenomenal. Again, I think everyone is just elated at this. Again, a huge congratulations to Justin Kirkland. We're happy to have you around, and it's just phenomenal to see. Now let's get into a quick Razz update, as yes, we could make every single video on Rasmus Andersson trade rumors, but this is just a bit of a quick update. It piggybacks off of what we looked at in the most recent video, but from the Fan Hockey Show, Elliot Friedman was talking about Rasmus Andersson, and this is what he said. He said, I think Calgary's plan is we're willing to do this, but you have to hit what we want. He says there's legit interest and was told there's a reason this got out now. If Ekblad signs, price will be higher. Lots to take in here, honestly, just from one little tweet. So essentially, we already knew that Calgary's plan was, yes, we're willing to trade him, but we have to get what we want back. There is quite a bit of interest from a lot of teams, which is great. That should mean his trade value goes up, which is awesome for the team. But if Ekblad signs, then the price will be even higher, which is good. That means his trade value might be higher for a team that's willing to sign him, trade and then sign him. Maybe teams aren't willing to do that. We don't really care as long as he gets traded. But if it means his value for his contract goes way up and that's the way we're leaning, then maybe it's not quite as ideal. But either way, this, like I said, it kind of piggybacks off of this. So as Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman wrote in his latest 32 Thoughts, he says, the feeling across the league is the talented defenseman is ready for something new. He's trying to make it sound like Rasmus Andersson wants out of Calgary. I think it's more of a mutual decision. A lot of people have been flooding the comments lately saying, oh, Calgary's yet another guy who wants to leave Calgary. No one wants to play there. That's just not the situation happening here at all. But either way, to continue, I believe the Flames are willing, but only when they get what they want. There's significant interest, which helps, which is great. Trade value going up, and a lot of people are interested. Phenomenal to hear. Hopefully Conroy can strike the perfect deal. Would love to see that, but there's your quick little Razz update. Now let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video, as we love to do here on the channel. May have flashed on the screen earlier in the video, so hopefully you didn't pause. But either way, just my opinion here says, has a trade proposal for us, and it is a insane one. So he says, Razz with 50% salary retained and the 18th and 32nd pick to the Sharks for San Jose's pick, which is number 2 in the draft. Number 2? No, it's number 2. New York Islanders have number 1. Yeah, for the number 2 pick. Obviously, that's a lot to trade away, and I get the salary retention part. It's not like San Jose needs us to retain salary, but it's just a bit of a sweetener in order for them to get the number 2 pick away. I don't see San Jose doing this, but I love the thought process behind it, and you never know. If you throw in something else, this could be a legitimate trade. I love seeing your guys' trade proposals in the comments, so thank you so much, just my opinion, for throwing this one out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.